Do it again. I'm sorry. I fucked it up.
All right.
This is gonna be
start.
great. I can feel it in my bones.
This is already the best podcast we've ever done.
3, 2, 1. What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. I'm Gobi. With me tonight is Zero Burn 75, DrNiggle, OmegaConstruct, and of course, Masami. How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good. It just occurred to me that Omega and I forgot to change our names back.
Oh god, you guys. Seriously, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
I'm
doing it live!
I made matzo ball soup for dinner tonight, and it was delicious.
That's cool. We had barbecue chicken, and we had great weather today.
Oh, yeah. See, we had very beautiful weather yesterday. Today was just kind of like, bleh. Fuck off.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
cloudy.
We'll look forward to that tomorrow then on the East Coast.
Yep. Yeah, definitely look forward to that wonderful dreary day. I mean, at least we didn't get the rain, they said, but, you know, it would almost been better if it rained.
It's day 3 of being out of hard liquor at my house, and I'm starting to crack.
Ruh-roh. This isn't good. Day 3 of Niggle sober. Well,
yeah, no,
semi-sober.
Quasi-sober, yeah. It's been rough, because I've been doing a lot of video editing recently, and I was given a great system the other day to balance video editing with watching Tiger King, and I really want some alcohol to go along with that equation. So, I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do about that tomorrow.
Yeah, that
Sounds
sure
like-
does not interest me whatsoever, so good luck to you, sir.
No, the liquor stores are all still open where I am. Are they still open up there?
Well, nothing shut down out here, apparently. We're under quarantine, but nothing shut down.
Wisconsin doesn't believe in getting sick.
Neither does South Dakota, so, you know, I mean...
Viruses are an illusion. Yeah. Jesus
No.
will not allow you to get sick.
I mean, they say things are shut down. I'm not joking. Like, the governor said things are shut down, and things are supposedly shut down, yet I can't seem to find anything that's shut down. I can still go to Walmart. I can go to GameStop. I can go to Best Buy if I want to. No problems whatsoever. I just got to stay 6 feet away from anybody else.
How do you pay for things? Or do you just not pay for them anymore? Or do you throw money at the person and then leave?
Nope, just your regular debit card reader. I mean, I do. I have rubber gloves for at work or whatever, and I keep one in my pocket, and I won't touch the fucking number pad.
He carries a rubber dog. You heard it here first.
Dude, hey, I'm a good truck driver. I back up with my load.
That's what she said?
We're definitely going to cut that out and put it on the soundboard later. I was going to say this. I imagine Gobi with his rubber glove. He takes out the rubber glove and he puts it on, and then he pushes the keypad, and he feels good because he hasn't actually touched the dirty keypad. And then he does the thing where he pinches the fingertips to take off the glove and puts it back in his pocket, and he's like, "Yep, still totally safe."
Oh no. You always grab from the wrist and pull out, and it makes that cool snapping sound.
That's what she said.
It does. Yeah, no, that's true.
That's the best snapping sound. I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go.
Bazinga.
Yeah, I mean, but people will walk around with rubber gloves on the entire time, which is to me even funnier. Especially when they're the blue ones, because they look like doctors. Like a whole bunch of doctors are walking through Walmart with their pretty little masks on and their blue rubber gloves, and I keep looking down to see if they got the little slippers on their shoes too, because that would just be fucking hilarious.
Be fucking awesome here. Okay, I know there are a couple of people in here that are going to get this reference. Maybe everyone will, but if you have a partner, you're going out with your significant other or something, consider dressing up in a full black suit, like the Man in Black suit. No glasses or anything, that's pretentious, but a full professional black suit with blue gloves, just the two of you. Walk around and freak people out.
Hands in blue, come
two
in
by
two.
two.
Yeah, I think we all got it. Well,
Yeah,
I did.
Good times. Good times. This is an excellent time to cosplay, which I know is a term that
Yeah.
drives one of us nuts.
Yes. But can you name the episode?
Ariel.
Yes. Okay.
It's probably my favorite fucking episode.
Where the brother becomes the criminal mastermind.
Yes, no, that's why, because it's a heist. The whole show is a heist, and it's brilliantly executed. And also, Jane is an asshole.
Yeah, well, it's Jane. It's just Jane.
He's a lovable asshole, though.
My second favorite one is Janetown, where they're all in the bar and they're celebrating the hero Jane. And Wash is just like,
this is what it feels like to go mad.
Yeah, this must be what it feels like to go mad. No, my favorite line is from Wash, who says, "We gotta go to the crappy town where I'm a folk hero."
Yep.
But what is a swear word that he says? Because the entire premise of the show is he never swears. You know, he's a proper gentleman, this whole 9 yards. He says a swear word. What the fuck was it?
Did it? Well, it made it on TV. So
Wasn't it in Chinese?
Was it?
No,
Chinese?
I
Ass. I don't
No,
remember. I know
like-
the scene you're talking about. It's when he's drunk with Kaylee. I don't remember what I swear he says.
Simon swearing Firefly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the power of Google at work.
Yeah, thank you, Google. Also, if you haven't watched Firefly, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Exactly.
I swear when it's appropriate. No. Son of a bitch.
He says,
Yeah.
"Son of a bitch." Okay, all right.
I can see how that could make TV. Yeah. Yeah, again,
That's
a great,
fine, yeah.
great series. If you have not watched it, you're dead to me until you watch it. Just
Also, if you're expecting a second season, you can join the rest of us in fucking disappointment.
I know. I'm at
movie-
this point
So,
seeing what's happened with shows that have come back after years on hiatus or just after they were canceled. I'm glad that Firefly is done. It's perfect the way it is. Don't touch it. Sorry, Zero. Go ahead.
Oh no! I'm totally down with that statement. Like they lost the window to do a second season like years ago. I'm just saying, I'm still disappointed there wasn't more.
I wish they'd made a sequel to the movie because I would have really loved to see an entire movie of Summer Glau being a badass.
Nah,
Well,
but
what they
without
did-
Wash, it just wouldn't be fun.
That's
Well, what
true.
they
Yeah,
did
when,
is they
That was pretty much an exclamation point on, or like that. That was it. That's the end.
Yeah, when Alan Tudyk is done with your show, then your show's done.
Yeah.
they actually continued the storyline, but in comic form. I've got the comics. They continued the story. Spoilers there.
Oh, spoilers cut out. I'm actually glad. That was the perfect time for your mic to cut out. I was just going to say, yeah, if there's one thing I enjoyed about Firefly and Serenity, it was reading.
Reading. Yes.
it's a comic book, so it's only 50% of reading.
Yeah,
That's
it's
fair.
It's really pretty light comparatively speaking. But it's a lot of it's a lot of River being a fucking badass. So you kind of get your wish, actually.
What were
I mean,
we talking about?
Let's face it. You get 10 episodes of her being this scared little girl, and then one movie where she finally like gets to come out of her shell, but you never actually get to see her do anything cool.
Wait, okay, fine. What you said is
except for
technically
the-
correct. Technically correct with the 10 episodes of her being a scary little girl, but there were 4 episodes where she tricked a bounty hunter into getting tossed out into space, helped raid a space station from Nezca
That one,
or whatever
that
his name.
is my favorite one where she thinks it's a game and she like looks out and she drops 3 dudes with 3 shots without fucking looking.
Yep.
And then she says, "Oh, what the fuck?" She says something to Kaylee.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Verse can stop me.
It's
Yes.
it's a little terrifying that I remember the lines as well as I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or hey, how do we always end up in a bar on Unity Day?
Yeah, that's great. And then Mal and
Oh, I'm not gonna do
what's
anything. I was just standing here so she could get behind you.
Yeah.
Quarantine I may have watched that again during quarantine.
You didn't even get to the best part of that scene, which is go back inside or we will blow a new crater in this little moon.
I guess they don't know the difference between a transport ship and a fighter.
So yeah, there we go. Firefly, good show. Go watch it. You got plenty of time. What the fuck else are you doing? Also, Tiger
Right.
King.
You haven't figured out there isn't a whole lot going on in the gaming world, so we're just talking about random stuff. However, there is one thing I know that DrNiggle really wants to get off his chest, because as we know, Breakpoint got this major update, and it was, for the most part, pretty cool. I didn't have any problems. DrNiggle, a little different story. Why don't you share it with us?
Gosh, thanks. So Omega and I have been playing a lot of Breakpoint together because time is a meaningless construct, so we stay up all night. Breakpoint, for me, since the last update, has been doing some pretty crazy shit. Leighton has helped me troubleshoot the first error that I got with a crashed desktop, and that was a comms ID error, which ended up having to do with the Discord overlay. So the Discord overlay will now crash my game. So I disabled that, played for a little while, no problems, crashed again. Booted it up, crashed desktop immediately, booted up again, crashed desktop immediately, did all the rest of the shit. Looked at the Windows Event Viewer, it was because my graphics driver was crashing. I've discovered since then that unless I do a clean install of my graphics drivers before I start up Breakpoint, Breakpoint crashes because of a corrupted driver error. So somehow this game is breaking an NVIDIA drivers package. Don't know how, but I know that a clean install of the driver package lets me play the game without any problems.
That's bizarre.
So that's been the nightly routine for like the past 3 or 4 nights.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, get your fucking shit together, Ubisoft. God damn it.
Why do I like such a bad game?
Same reason that we
it's
love
fun.
Space Engineers.
It is such a fun game. It has such amazing moments, and there's so many great things that you can do. But it is such a terrible game.
So much
I
of
love
it
it.
is broken.
I love it so much, but it is so bad.
You're not wrong. I'm in the same boat. Like, I'm a huge Ghost Recon fan, and I love Breakpoint. Like, it's a fun game. Is it a great game? No, I totally can make arguments that it's not a great game, but it's a fun game. And like you said, it has its moments. Like, things happen in Breakpoint, and it's just completely organic, and it's fucking hilarious and amazing, and all what the fuck all at the same time.
I mean, Doc and I have started playing this game like total assholes, and we're basically somewhere
what's
between
new?
like
Is that different
we're
from
somewhere
Marvel?
between the Taliban and
The IRA.
Somali pirates.
So,
Like
yeah, that's right.
we're
We've got
halfway
boats.
between. Like we're throwing grenades at people from boats. We're like strafing and bombing random communities, and we're the good guys. Like we literally shot down a surveillance drone from the mouth of a cave. We're the Taliban.
Yeah, it's true. And the other thing, last night, Omega did the coolest fucking thing ever. All right, so first of all, I decked out my character visually to look like Rambo from Rambo First Blood, as best I could, because there are no bandanas that I could put around my head, so I just had to deal with that. But otherwise, so I was on the outside of a little bird, and Omega was piloting the little bird with missiles. He literally just flew in a circle around a behemoth while I shot at it with an LMG, and we killed a fucking behemoth by cheesing it because it couldn't hit us. He was going in a circle. It couldn't hit us with missiles. It couldn't hit us with gas. It couldn't launch mortars at us and hit us. So yeah, that was great. We were total assholes to that behemoth, but it worked.
Yeah, we. I think most people would kind of hate playing with us in terms of
Yeah.
regular gameplay.
Yeah, we're not playing the game the way it was intended to be played at.
No, we're terrorists. We're pirates. We're shock and awe. Like we've got a new thing called the combat landing, which is where we just take a helicopter and we both get in it and we just land right in the middle of the enemy base and we get out and we just start stabbing people.
Yeah, sometimes it's knives only.
And we just start stabbing people and it's great. And we're the good guys.
I'm just looking back. I'm looking back in the Discord chat right now for some screenshots. And a couple days ago, we discovered on a rooftop that there was a mortar that had not exploded, that was just hovering in midair. Omega and I could see it. GT could not. That means that Omega and I were chosen by the mortar god. It is our new god. And we worshipped it a bit. Last night, Omega found 2 unexploded SAM missiles hovering about 150 feet in the air, just right next to each other. So he parked the helicopter right next to him. He could see them. I could not. So he was chosen by the mortar god. It is his new god. He worships it now. And shortly after that, he tried to redo the visual style of his character. He did so successfully on his end. However, on my end, he appeared to be a Chinese man. When in fact he was supposed to be a Chinese woman with some different features. I found a guy who died in pretty much the exact position as a very famous Greek sculpture called the Fallen Warrior, which is from the Temple of Apphia, which was sculpted somewhere around 480 BC. So that was neat. I got to get my art history geek on. What else has happened? Yeah, the behemoth cheese. That was great. Oh, we have a new hobby now. So if we have a vehicle that can seat more than just 2 people, we populate the rest of the seats with the corpses of our enemies, and we drive them around and have conversations with them. That shit got dark.
You can pick up the body of someone you've killed and stow them in a vehicle. So most vehicles that are 4 seats and a turret, that means you can store 3 corpses in the vehicle while the other person is in the turret and you're driving. And you can just drive around with corpses in your car.
Which is great, because it means you can use the carpool lane.
Well, and then your car eventually gets damaged and blows up, and as it happens. So then the corpses get roasted in there. Then you just steal a new car and find some new corpses.
Oh my god, you can use the HVL.
Yeah, you can.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Also, the thing that I really want to try is one of those giant helicopters that have the 2 turrets on either side. I'm pretty sure that you could stow 2 dead bodies in the back of that. I'm pretty sure that you can do that, at least 2. So I want to try to fill that helicopter up with as many bodies as I can.
Yeah, we're going to have to give that a shot tonight.
So yeah, that's the state of Breakpoint. It's a great game. It's broke as fuck. It's a great game. Conversation comes to a grinding halt. All right, new global game.
And you broke the podcast.
I know, it was kind of fun playing that.
No, go ahead.
No, it was fun playing with GT because he presumably hadn't played very much, and then we proceed to show him an entire night of our insanity. He was playing with you earlier, right, Gobi?
Gobi may have died.
Very possibly.
Nope, I did not die. Did I
There he
die?
No, we just
Hello?
heard your mic snap, crackle, and pop back to life.
Oh, yeah. So, no, I never got in a game with him.
Okay.
I tried to, but he was like AFK when I jumped into his game, and I never actually got to play with him. But he's pretty used to it. I think he remembers what happened in Wildlands.
So I know it was you playing with him, so you would never do something like this. But if Omega and I had jumped into his game and he was AFK, we probably would have downed him, picked him up, put him in a car, and started driving him around. Because you can remain...
We actually did that with him at one point.
No, we did that with Letus.
Oh, that's right. We did that with Letus. Yeah, we were playing with Letus the other day, and he got down, and instead of like reviving him, I picked him up and put him in the passenger seat, and we drove away.
That's what happens when you keep on shooting rockets directly in front of the car. We run you over, and we stuff you in the passenger seat and drive around with you.
You guys really have a corpse fetish.
I know, right?
Oh,
was-
good stuff.
But
There's nothing sexual about it. They're just our friends.
That's right. We
Hey,
enjoy
a
talking
fetish
to them.
doesn't have to be a sexual
no,
thing.
so when I jumped into his
Uh.
game, he was playing the very first mission where you look at the 3 helicopters and then you make it to Arendelle. And he was somewhere between the helicopters and Arendelle, but he was fucking underground and I couldn't get to him.
Okay, Masami, unless you're talking about the physical object, which is a fetish, which is an inanimate object worshipped for its supposed magical powers or because it is considered to be inhabited by a spirit, then yes, a fetish is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, part of the body, etc., etc. So yes, fetish is sexual unless it's a small object or an object that you worship.
And there you have it from the Sexopedia.
Thank you, Google, again.
Hey, Sexopedia. That sounds fun.
That's got to be a thing, right?
I'm
If
sure
it's
there's
not,
such a
I
thing.
think we just came up with our next business venture.
Right?
Maybe when we approach Pornhub about things and stuff, like it can be part of our.
Oh my god, it's a Greek site. Sexopedia.gr.
Oh,
Tornado passion? Whoa.
I don't want to know. No.
It's people who chase tornadoes. The theory is that they have a fetish for tornadoes, and they're chasing tornadoes because they find them sexually engaging. That's amazing. It's right. These are popular pages. It's right next to Fruit's passion. So I can understand how people would be a little overly enthusiastic about fruit. So many applications.
I mean,
A
did they make a
little
movie
tax.
about that or something? I swear there's a movie in the 90s about that.
About having sex with
actually,
fruit?
no,
Yes.
it was
American Pie.
it was Good Luck Chuck. It was Good Luck Chuck.
Oh my god.
And it was Dane Cook, and it was his best friend who would fuck a cantaloupe.
God bless you, Zero.
Dude, Dane
I was
Cook.
talking about
Dane-
American Pie, but yes, I completely forgot about said
Yep.
scene in Good Luck Chuck.
Apple pie is not technically a fruit, but what Zero said is absolutely, that's a fruit fetish.
That movie just wow. Good movie. Yep. Good movie.
There's a much more boring Sexopedia.com, which is apparently a dating site.
Dating site. Okay. Yep. Mm.
All right, hang on. You guys talk about what's the next point in the topic list? It was the AMD
Was there a
processor
topic
hack.
list?
Yeah.
Right at the top of it. Gobi likes it elbow deep because he ain't no bitch. So
Oh,
that's
jeez.
we got through that.
Actually, it was Breakpoint and then the new global game. Don't get the Rona.
Oh,
Eliteness
yeah.
already.
Yeah, Eliteness already lost the global game of Don't Get the Rona. Don't
Yep.
get Rona. And then the next one was coronavirus game is in the works from the publisher of Fallout 76, so I'm sure it's going to be great.
It will definitely be bug free for sure.
And you know it's going to be exactly what they promised from the beginning.
Right, with an asterisk.
It's going to be malware. It's just going to be a computer virus.
Thank you for buying this game. You lose.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I actually played Fallout 76.
Congratulations, you lose.
I probably uninstalled it. Well, you know, I always wanted a co-op Fallout game. Fallout's one of those games I could never get through because it was just so fucking boring solo. I always thought to myself, you know, Fallout co-op would be awesome. So they come out with a Fallout co-op. Whatever. It's not perfect, but I'll give it a shot. 5 minutes in, uninstalled. It is the least played Fallout game I own, and it's the only one with co-op. Go figure.
Yep. I don't know.
was, yeah.
I enjoyed the atmosphere of the Fallout games, though. It's not boring. It's desolate, and I think they did that very well. I never felt particularly bored when I played them.
Also had engaging
No, I
storylines
mean
with the
the
NPCs.
atmosphere, like the atmosphere of the Fallout games were great. Like I like that. I just for whatever reason I could never get into them. The same way I could never get into Elder Scrolls Online. It's a fucking amazing game. But I just could never get into it. Like just can't do it. I don't know why. I just can't do it.
That's okay. I can't
Tried.
get into Destiny 2 for the same reasons.
You can't get into Destiny 2 because it's a shitty game and it's first person shooter. Totally
Also,
different
yes.
reasons. But both valid reasons. Yes, and I do own Destiny 2. And I believe all of the expansions. And yes, I am still gonna go out on the record and say it's a shitty game. Moving on.
Were there any new game releases? Or have all of them been pushed back because programmers can't go to work because of social distancing and working from home isn't a thing?
Well, Resident Evil 3 dropped on time,
okay.
which I don't know. It looks cool. I haven't really checked it out too much. It's one of those I'll probably buy when it goes on sale. But I mean, the graphics look good. I know they're added a resistance mode, which is like a 4 versus 1 or something like that. Multiplayer mode. I don't know. It reminds me of that old game Evolve. You guys ever remember that one?
Yes.
I never played it.
Yeah,
It's
I also
similar,
never played it, but seen the Let's Plays.
the resistance is similar to that. The one person is like the mastermind, and then the 4 people are like the co-op, and the mastermind controls the zombies and sends zombie hordes at you and stuff like that, and tries to beat you. Like that's the 4v1, the resistance mode. I mean, that's obviously a very generic version. I haven't played it. I'm not actually going to either. It's not my thing.
I do know of 2 games that Omega and I play that are either in the process of getting updates or will be getting updates the coming month. The first one is RimWorld, which recently released a 1.1 patch, or 1.1. It's a full-featured release. It has a new component to it. If you play RimWorld, fucking awesome story generator. Pretty cheap on Steam, has a lot of replayability, has an amazing selection of mods on the workshop. We talked about it before on the podcast, but 1.1 came out with royalty. I think we talked that out on the podcast as well, which is, yeah, it's a whole new way to play the game, Warhammer 40k in RimWorld. But they did a 1.1 patch, adding new features to the game, not just the royalty mode, but the whole vanilla game. So we have shuttle pads and various new ways to get around the map and the world, and a bunch of bug fixes and all the rest of that. So RimWorld is still updating, and it's got some good stuff. And the other one is Darkest Dungeon, which is going to be getting a PvP patch in May. I'm not sure if anyone would really want to play PvP in Darkest Dungeon. Maybe Omega would like to talk about that. But Darkest Dungeon, interesting game. If you like D&D, you'll probably like Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah, I love everything about RimWorld and everything that they're doing. But as you said, we've gone over that in extreme depth many times before. Suffices to say, check that game out. You'll love it. But yeah, Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to do that PvP. For those of you who've never played it or aren't familiar, it's kind of like it's a turn-based RPG kind of take on a D&D style gameplay. Very cool environment, very dark, very fun, but it's brutal. It is a miserably difficult game to play, and
Yeah.
that's just by design. Like
familiarize yourself with the term party wipe.
Yeah, you invest so much time and effort into characters and leveling them, and then they just all die. And you go through this cycle, and it's perpetual, and it's brutal, and it's a lot of fun. But like the idea of doing that against other people, and maybe it'd be one thing if like Doc and I did it because we know each other and it might be funny. But the thought of like queuing up in like a random online kind of lobby to PvP people in Darkest Dungeons sounds just fucking miserable.
I already know what I would
Honestly,
do.
Fun at
I'd
all?
rather play D&D.
I would, yeah, I'd much rather play D&D. But I know what we would do. Yeah, if you, since you said that, Omega, if we played PvP versus each other, I would be using the it's not the Highwayman, it's the old dude with the shield. I forget his class name. I would just basically have a whole party of them, and they would spend each turn just shuffling your guys around the map.
Yeah, those are annoying as fuck. I don't know. I would probably go with a whole bunch of the jesters and just proc a shit ton of bleeds. Because that's just such a dick move.
Yeah, bleeds are
It's-
dick. Oh, so he's also like the bard of the game, so he's got the song that he plays.
Yeah, yeah.
Just do a concert over and over and
Yeah, I actually, when I got into Darkest Dungeon, that was before I finally pulled the trigger and was like, all right, let's fucking start playing D&D. I played Darkest Dungeon to sort of get my D&D fix taken care of for a while. Because it is very much like that in video game form. But yeah, now I'd just rather play D&D.
Well, Darkest Dungeon 2 is pretty much only the combat core component of D&D. There's not really a lot of story or role-playing outside of that. It's just you go around in a dungeon, you explore, you get into fights, you find treasure, and you build a town. That's it.
Yep.
That being said, it's still kind of fun if you're into the dungeon crawling, turn-based RPG type thing, so you might want to check out Darkest Dungeon. It does have a bunch of replayability, but I haven't been playing it as much since we started an actual D&D game. So there's that.
No, me either. I pretty much stopped playing that game once I started building the campaign that I'm DMing for you guys. Like, that was pretty much it. So...
While we're on the subject of D&D, Zero, it's not, this week is not your one shot, next week is your one shot. Any ideas or spoilers that you'd like to announce on the podcast?
Wait a minute. I'm still 4 weeks out. You guys haven't given me enough time.
Wait, you're not 4 weeks out, are you? I thought it was a week
Yeah,
from
because I just
Wednesday.
did mine last week.
Oh, shit. Wait, oh, no, Masami, you're up next week, aren't you?
Well, no, it's if... So we're playing in 2 days, and
That's
we're
you.
still unsure if Kosen is going to
Oh, that's right.
have one ready. Because he's supposed to have one, he's the last one up in the rotation. And then I am after him, but I'm going to have one ready for Wednesday in case he doesn't. And then after me was you, Doc.
I thought after you was Masami.
Oh, wait.
Uh,
You're right.
yeah.
It was. We did those on the same day, that first session, though. That's why
Right.
I got confused. So yeah, after me is Masami, then you.
For those who don't realize, we've now gone from one D&D game a week to 2 D&D games a week because what the fuck else is there to do?
Yeah.
Because we're not nerds.
No, you guys are not nerds at all.
Gobi's just jealous because he doesn't get to play D&D with us.
Gobi doesn't want to play D&D with you guys. Sorry.
Pussy.
I'm good. I'll stick to my Division 2 and my shooters. You guys can keep your D&D. I'm all for that.
What would Gobi's character be if he were a D&D character?
Some sort of goblin.
Yep.
If you say
I was
goblin.
thinking the same.
Yeah, he'd be a goblin. What class would he be?
I don't know, would he? I don't know if he really likes buttons.
That is an excellent point. Yeah, maybe orc. He could be an orc. He loves war.
would
Speaking of,
say
I
that.
did watch the Warcraft movie. I finally watched the Warcraft movie. Yep, I definitely don't want to play World of Warcraft.
Oh, what's wrong? Travis Flimmel is a treasure.
No, I'm not saying the movie wasn't entertaining. I'm not saying it was good. It had its moments.
Pretty much the entire United States is going to agree with you there, but they fucking loved it in China.
Yeah, but I mean, I watched it once. I'm good for a while. Didn't really understand a whole lot of stuff. Didn't really need to. Green orcs bad. not green orcs good. That's what I got from it.
Actually, that's wildly incorrect, sir. Wildly incorrect, and I am going to correct you because that's
You go
bullshit.
for it. Yeah. The one,
I don't know.
who
I
is it,
agree. With
Lothar? Or Lothar was
Fight.
wait. Hold on.
Fight.
Was it
No,
Lothar?
Lothar is the human character. You're thinking of Gul'dan. Gul'dan is green and he is bad, but
Excuse me, Zero.
No,
I have to interrupt you
no.
now. Gul'dan.
No, not him. He was dude in the movie. He was peach. He was a peach colored orc. He
yes,
wasn't white.
you're talking about Doratan.
Yeah, him. He was the good. He was the
Duratan.
good guy.
You people and your pronunciations. Am I the only one who paid attention to all the bullshit that Chris
Yes.
Metzen wrote in the 90s?
Well, okay.
Most
okay,
likely,
so-
yes.
So, in my defense, I am currently playing World of Warcraft, and they even pronounce it in game Gul'dan and Duratan. That's exactly how it's pronounced in game.
Well, probably in Horde speaking areas they do, but in the Alliance they say it properly.
You guys fucking argue pronunciations. I'm gonna go to sexopedia.com and read this article about how 3 signs that a girl likes you.
you do that. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't help me at all. I need a picture.
Number 1,
Yeah,
she's told her friends about you.
Yeah, the tan orcs or whatever. They were the good guys, and the green orcs were the bad guys, with the exception of the one girl orc, which was a half breed, which I didn't quite understand.
Yes.
Like, but they didn't have any humans in the other where
If
the
you-
orcs came from.
If you pay attention to what is said at the end of the movie, it is heavily implied that Medivh is her father.
Number
Ooh.
2, she initiates physical touch with you when you're in public.
wait, who's Medivh?
The Guardian.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yep, all right.
Josh Brolin's son, or whoever the fuck that is. The guy who plays the bad guy in the smuggling movie with Marky Mark.
I have no idea.
Do you mean the Italian job?
Ben Foster?
I think that's it.
It could be Ben Foster. No, I mean the
It is
movie
Ben
where
Foster.
where Marky Mark is married to Kate Beckinsale, and he goes on this heist in like South America or some shit to steal some drugs or some crap like that. But the whole thing is a ruse for him to steal a Jackson Pollock painting and smuggle it to the United States to sell it for $40 million on the black market, which, by the way, would never work.
Contraband?
Yes, thank you. That is exactly the movie I was thinking of.
Sebastian Abney is who he plays in there. And yes, he plays Medvin in
That's close
Warcraft.
enough.
Medivh.
Just let it go, Zero.
Medivh.
He also says except.
Except.
No, I'm sorry. It's especially.
Oh yeah, fuck you.
Number
probably.
3, she wants you to meet her friends.
So I'm going to start treating you like they treat Derry and Letterkenny. Every time you say that, I'm going to go attaboy.
Attaboy?
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
To be fair,
To be fair,
Oh, this article is an editor's picks. How often do normal couples have sex? I want to read about this.
Please tell us how many times normal couples have sex. And then tell us how many times married couples have sex.
The average. There is some question among sex therapists about what the true average is for couples in committed relationships. The answers can range from once a week to once a month. When Ian Kerner, PhD, was asked how he responds to couples who ask him how often they should have sex, he said, "I've always responded that there's no one right answer." So that's a bullshit way of getting out of a professional question. You fucking fraud.
And that sounded like a perfect avoidance to answering that question.
This whole article is just about how there's no right answer, and you can have sex as many times as you want, like once a year or once an hour. Once an hour would be a bit much. There's a lot of chafing.
Yes.
Yeah, that would just get exhausting. You'd have really great abs after a few days of that.
Right?
Though.
Yeah. I mean, you'd never have to go to the gym. Depending on how vigorously you have sex, of course. If you're constantly doing the lazy dog position, then no, that's just yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay,
just
so-
bad game.
In Leetness's absence, I'm going to give the vigorous thrusty.
Thank you. Excellent. Well done.
Wow.
Okay.
You
So,
are passable.
Yeah, not bad.
David Skarnock, PhD, through a study conducted with more than 20,000 couples, found that only 26% of couples are hitting the once-a-week mark, with the majority of the respondents reporting sex only once or twice a month. So I guess
Well,
that's
it
normal.
also be, how do they
about
define
right.
committed relationship? What length of time? Like, there's a big difference
Yeah.
in the first 6 months of a relationship versus when you're like
Married?
3 years deep.
When you're both 65 and you've been married for 3 years, yeah. No, that's the whole problem with all the scientific studies that I'm reading about in this article. There have been at least 4 studies cited. They don't have any specifics in them, and if you're going to do a study like that, yeah, it's important to know, 1, are they married? 2, how long have they been together? 3, do they have kids? Important factors like that. No,
Yeah,
nothing.
because getting busy is kind of hard to do with kids. I'm sure. I don't have kids of my own, but I assume that it's
It depends on how much you care.
Goby.
Knowing that how much you care about your kids knowing that you're having sex. If you don't actually care, then you make all the noise that you want, and you just do it, and the kids, they're fine. I'm sure they're fine.
they have to have therapy for the remainder of their life, but it's okay.
I mean, something like that. Yeah, sure. What?
I mean, a ball gag costs like $10. I mean, that's a
Jesus
Saves
Christ,
them.
man!
I don't know how thick
That's an
your walls
amazing
are.
answer.
just saying.
It was funny the other night. Our upstairs neighbor was making a whole bunch of racket, and I said, "So help me God, if she's got a man up there, I'm going to text her and say that she needs to practice social distance."
Ooh. Yeah, this is rough. That's really rough with the social distancing thing. I can't see that working ever.
I don't know.
Just-
A few of my exes, you could probably throw a hot dog at them, and they would be all right.
Yeah, there's some desperate people out there.
Whole pack, and they'll pretend they're the New York Mets.
There we go.
Ooh.
That's second time in the week. That is a deep reference. Yeah. Well, you say throw a hot dog at them and they'd be fine. I was gonna suggest throwing a pickle at them, one of those miniature dill pickles, and just tell them to pretend it's you.
Yeah,
Accurate.
the short, fat ones.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
Nothing you can throw at me will make my penis any smaller than it already is.
You know what? Knowing is half the battle, my friend.
So I should return the book on life with a micro penis.
Oh,
You can
right.
keep it and read it.
So, in other
know me so much
news-
better. The way to get to know Dr.
Oh.
Niggle. Yeah, in other news, Harry Potter Minecraft world is now officially a thing. So, Witchcraft and Wizardry, the Minecraft Harry Potter RPG, is finally finished. It's a fully fledged fucking Minecraft world with a scale model of Hogwarts.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
It took them
that's
that
really
fucking
cool.
long? I mean,
It's
It
fucking
only took
enormous,
them, like,
man.
6 months to get fucking Frozen 2 World out.
Yeah, but that's a bullshit world and everybody hates it. No, what's really impressive is the project, the Minecraft project.
one-to-one
that's been going
Earth?
on. Yeah, the one-to-one Earth that's been going on for years. They actually made a one-to-one Earth, like full topography and all the rest of it. It's amazing. And now they're looking for people to populate the servers. They need about 7 to 8 billion people.
Well, Minecraft will run on
Yeah.
pretty much anything, so they might be able to do it.
That just
But
speaks to the stability of the
It
game.
says this Harry Potter mod, they spent 4 years building it.
Yeah, even in creative mode, that would be quite the endeavor.
So there's
yeah.
interactive elements to it as well. So there are all the magical flourishes, spell slinging puzzles, which you may remember from the movies, and you can play Quidditch.
Very nice. Yeah, you can totally fly with the right commands in Minecraft, which I have recently gotten back into.
Yeah, they have those.
Library.
What are they? They actually have wings now, or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know how to get them.
Yeah, you get them from like I think the Ender Dragon or something. It's called an Elytra. I bought mine off of someone. They're kind of cool.
And it's not just the Hogwarts Academy. It is a
The
much
whole like
larger world.
Hogwarts,
It's all of
Hogmeade,
Hogwarts too, but also,
Diagon Alley.
yeah, Diagon Alley in London. So you have Big Ben
Yeah.
and you have St. Paul's Cathedral and all the rest of that. You have basically London with Diagon Alley in the middle of it.
And they did get the magical brick thing to work because redstone is awesome.
Now, I have a question. I've never played Minecraft, so excuse any ignorance here, but I believe it has a fairly extensive modding API, yes?
There are you can put a shit ton of mods
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, there's
Has
a bunch.
anybody made a program that, or basically somehow tied a mod into a CAD program so that you could 3D model something and just have the game output what you 3D modeled?
I don't know if
It's-
somebody's made it or not, but I mean,
I
it's
mean,
entirely
no,
possible.
Yeah, I think that they would have
Sounds like
to. I
something
mean,
that'd be
can you
possible.
imagine just building this world like brick for brick and all the rest of that? That'd be
Well,
insane.
yes,
But
that would
also-
explain why it took 4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, no, I mean, there's plenty of other detail. Look at Hogsmeade, look at Hogwarts. I mean, that you might be able to do in a TurboCAD program, but you'd have to assign. No, I don't know how much you could do that. It might just take you 4 years in a TurboCAD program, honestly. But I was gonna say the game is Java based, which is
Yeah.
fairly forgiving for plugins like that. So I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't.
Well, now
Really?
is this actually for the Java one, or is this for the Windows 10 version?
It's the
there's a-
Java one. I read the
It is.
article. It's for
It is,
previous
okay.
version 1.13. So the game is on 1.15 right now. It has B.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bees fucking suck. Bad.
Yeah, especially when you're
Don't piss
allergic
them
to
off. Oh no, in the game they suck. Like you know how you're allergic in real life, you're allergic in the game too. They
Wonderful.
sting, you fucking die.
Oh, I've been stung before and I didn't have a problem, but then again I was eating food at the wazoo to combat.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is there like a version of a Minecraft EpiPen?
No, supposedly it wears off, but I pissed off multiple bees.
I mean, it wears
Yeah,
off in
that's-
real life too, but the EpiPen is definitely necessary.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are health potions. I'm sure that would do the trick.
Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff. I'm still basically just building kill stuff. I'm not really fancy in Minecraft.
You know,
I leave all that up to the kids.
I have time now. I kind of want to rewatch the Harry Potter movies. Just looking through the screenshots of this place.
You should probably read the books.
Yeah, I
They're
already
more
did.
fun.
I could reread the books too. It's harder for me to drink alcohol and read books because words start like not looking like words anymore. But I can drink as much as I want. and watch a movie.
Audiobooks.
There's audio, yeah, but then I'm just listening to the book and there's nothing to look at. Well, I could look at the picture. That's right. There's an animated
Oh.
book of Harry Potter pictures. Okay, all right, that's a good
Better
idea.
Better yet, get drunk, get your audiobook in, buy Minecraft, jump into the wizarding world of Harry Potter right there, and live the book
I
while
could actually
listening
go.
to it.
Yes, from location to location. That is a fantastic idea. Holy shit! All right, I'm getting Minecraft.
Yeah, luckily it's only $26. That's it. Nothing else.
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Oh, the Java edition. And it's really easy to mod with Forge and all that stuff. It's super easy.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a ton of different mods out there. The server that I play on is kind of like a semi-vanilla server. It's got some like convenience plugins like warping around and home sets and claim blocks, but really no other visual things that add too much to the game.
All right, so we were going to talk about AMD says a hacker stole GPU information and posted it on GitHub, and I posted the original article to Torrent Freak. So I mean, we could talk about that, but that's pretty much the full thing of the story. A hacker got into or compromised a very lax security system for the AMD Corporation, downloaded a whole bunch of data, just dumped it, sat on it for a little while, finally went through it, discovered what it was, and said, holy shit, I have the source code for the new AMD GPU that's going to be on the Xbox X. So he or she started posting some of the code on GitHub just as proof and said, hey, you want to buy this? Contact me or, put money here. So AMD got understandably upset about this, even though it was stolen. The data was stolen back in August, I believe, and this just happened last month in March. And AMD supposedly knew about it, but they were just like, meh, we're not going to do anything. Then it showed up on GitHub, then they got mad. So that's where that's at.
Although the sad thing, Far Cry movie delayed. Top Gun Maverick
Yeah.
delayed. Black Widow delayed. Wonder Woman delayed. Life delayed. But hey,
So
the Division
sad.
movie's still on track.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why do we...
I'm-
All right. You know what? Okay, the Division movie I would take over the Far Cry movie, because Far Cry was basically Indiana Jones. When Far Cry came out, it was the Indiana Jones video game. It was the first time we actually had an Indiana Jones, like the male equivalent. Okay, Tomb Raider is female Indiana Jones, no question.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
Far Cry was the man Indiana Jones game. Which is great, because a lot of Indiana Jones games have come out. They've all sucked. This one was the best one by far. So the Far Cry movie, to me, is like writing a Blu-ray instruction manual in English, having it translated into Chinese, and then translating the Chinese manual back into English. It's wholly unnecessary, and I don't care or need it.
Well, see, I agree if they go with the first Far Cry. Now, I think Far Cry 3 would make a much better movie than the original Far Cry. And Far Cry 5 and 4 would be absolutely atrocious fucking movies ever. Far Cry 2, most people probably don't even remember Far Cry 2 and the malaria.
No,
Yeah.
actually, I don't. Now that you're mentioning it, I'm just remembering it now.
Exactly. Like that was how totally forgettable that game was. Far Cry 3, everybody remembered finding the Hollywood dude buried on the beach with only his head showing.
Wait, okay, in Far Cry, did they always have the rockets that you could attach to anything? I'm trying to
No.
remember what games those showed up in.
What?
The attachable rockets, they have a specific name to them, but they're basically, you throw them and they're a small rocket. You can attach them to any object and just blow it away into the sky. And the whole game, to me, became finding new and unique objects to attach these rockets to and seeing how I could make them spin out of control off the map.
Nope, that's not Far Cry. But that sounds
it is.
rather interesting.
It's definitely Far Cry, unless I'm going
Maybe it was the
completely
first
insane.
one. Maybe it's the
Was
first
that
Far
Just
Cry.
Cause?
You might be right. I might be thinking of Just Cause. It's been a long time.
I mean, Just Cause, Far Cry. I mean, they're basically the same thing. One of them has a Latino guy as the main character. The other one has a guy.
I don't see color.
Well, no, because Far Cry 4, it took place in India, right? I want to say it took place in India.
Now
It
I
had-
just think that I'm going to be remembering a Just Cause game.
the elephants and shit. Nobody. Oh wait, you didn't play Far Cry 5. Yeah, Far Cry 4 was, I want to say, like in India or like the Himalaya area over there somewhere. Because there's elephants and tigers and all sorts of really fun, trippy shit.
Bears, oh my.
No, Bears and Lions, that was in Far Cry 5. The bear was called Cheeseburger. It followed you around because everybody wanted a bear as a companion, right? Wait, that's what you wanted, right? In a game, a giant grizzly bear.
Yeah.
I mean,
following
I play Warcraft, so I can have a bear as a pet. So
Look, yesterday during D&D, I briefly entertained the possibility of having an owl bear friend. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having a bear following me around in a game.
Well,
If you
Far
play
Cry
a
5,
ranger, you can absolutely do.
Yep. But yeah, okay, the Far Cry movie, fine. I'm not so sad that was delayed. The Top Gun Maverick movie, though, that's a little disappointing that it was delayed. Black Widow,
I was
don't
kind of
care about.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was super stoked about that movie.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I mean, it's one of those movies. It's Tom Cruise taking a vacation, but it's going to be a pretty sweet vacation movie. So, yeah, I'm
Right?
a little bummed that it got pushed back as far as it did.
I mean, the Black Widow movie, I don't have any interest in because she dies. Sorry, spoiler alert for me.
if you haven't,
Yeah, she's dead.
if you haven't seen
I haven't.
if you haven't seen Infinity War at this point, there's no point in saying spoilers because, yeah, no.
Yeah, I think the window has passed on that one. That being said, I still really loved Black Widow, and I'm still really looking forward to her movie. Same thing with Wonder Woman. But that's...
I think Scarlett did a very good job with Black Widow. I enjoyed her as Black Widow. I agree. But with her being dead, like, it kind of shoots the movie in the foot coming out of
That's
the
why
gate.
they're done. That's why they're done with that particular branch of the franchise, is because they had their final huzzah in Infinity War, whatever that was, Avengers Part 4. Then they murdered some characters, so they're like, yeah, we're not coming back. So yeah, now what we have to look forward to in the Marvel universe is young black girl Iron Man, girl Hulk, girl Thor, girl Hulk, I believe, girl Captain America. I'm sorry, black man Captain America. I think he's the only man actually, and girl somebody else, Professor Xavier or whoever the fuck is in that movie. I don't know.
That's a joke. This is a joke, right?
No, we're not. What we're still in mid swing of just taking every single character that used to be a man and making them into a woman because women are better. Eventually, somebody is going to get the balls to remake Little Mermaid as a live action movie, and Little Mermaid is going to be a boy. Then I will go and watch that movie because that is true progression. Black Widow, by the way, delayed until 2021, so that one by far got pushed back the hardest, I think.
And what doesn't make any sense on that one is the fact that Disney has a streaming platform, and yet they are one of the only companies that is not pushing movies to that platform. They pushed Onward, and that was it. They aren't pushing anything else.
Rise of the Skywalker, I was thinking, oh, cool. Frozen 2 shows up on Disney Plus. I can finally watch the new fucking Star Wars movie. Nope. It's not on Disney Plus yet.
I don't really understand that. But I don't understand most of the shit that Disney does. I just chalk it up to greed, mostly. So
that's what it is.
They figure more people are going to go out to the movie theater and they're going to pay more money to see a movie premiere, and that's going to net them more than putting it up on their streaming service would. So it's got to be greed. They just want to wait until somebody.
They're pushing them back so the theaters stay open.
That's the only reason any of these movies are getting pushed back. They were all done getting filmed years ago.
Yeah, I know Black Widow. No, actually, I don't know. I thought that Black Widow had finished principal photography. So that means that they don't need to do any more shooting. Now it's just editing. So they're probably pushing back. Yeah, for greed. I'm sure they're pushing back for greed. Whatever. Money is king. Fuck decency. And go fuck yourself if you're a Marvel fan. You give Disney money, or you don't watch movies. Culture isn't free anymore. Libraries are dead.
Libraries are not dead.
In the words of Egon Spengler, print is dead.
Deep reference.
Hey, should you hear about what the Internet Archive was doing during the quarantine times right now.
I did hear about that, and I also heard about how major publishing houses were speaking out against them for copyright infringement. So if you would like to talk about the National Internet or the Internet Archives, rather, yeah, go for it, because I think what they did is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So the Internet Archive, which many of you know is that place you go to look up deleted Reddit comments and stuff like that. They also have a huge archived library of books, of PDFs of all kinds. A library the size that would pretty much astonish you. And they've decided to make it all available for free during this quarantine time. And their justification is simply like the American taxpayers pay money to go to libraries to have access to these books. And we're not, like, libraries are closed right now. We're paying tax money for these things that are rightfully ours. So you should have access to them. So here you go. And publishers are pissed.
The compliments that came in for this decision, the majority of them came from educators and students who, they need to go to the library to check out books for assignments or to teach classes, and people need to have access to this reading material, but they don't right now because things are closed and semester's coming to a close. Quarantine might not be up for past the start of the next semester, so it doesn't even matter because summer school is going to happen pretty soon. So yeah, educators and students were coming on saying, thank you very much. I wouldn't have had access to this material unless you posted it here or, all the rest of that. And yeah, publishing houses say, no, this is copyright infringement. You're robbing authors, poor authors who need this money to survive. It's like, yeah, okay. You're responsible for paying them, though. So if they're poor authors trying to survive, maybe they're not seeing.
Pay them more and take the money.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we both know that's not gonna happen.
I actually went to the Internet Archive for actual books, so the fact that they had deleted Reddit comments new to me.
Oh yeah, love the Wayback Machine. Love it.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna call that a night, guys. So thanks for joining us, and thanks for listening. Catch y'all next week.
Gobi was worried that we wouldn't be able to talk for an hour about anything of relevance, and that we just get bored with the topics. We should have just done a half an hour. We are
I'm not,
1 hour
I'm
and
still
2
not
minutes.
saying we did talked about anything of relevance.
Oh wait, hold on a sec, wait. We haven't talked about Warframe. Warframe, the Scarlet Spear update is happening right now. You can play Scarlet Spears, you can be in a ground squad and kill a giant Murex, it's a bitch, and kill a bunch of sentients. Or you can go up in the space squads on your railjack and kick some sentient ass up in space. You get Scarlet credits as a reward, and you can use your Scarlet credits to buy Eidolon Arcanes. So you don't even have to go on Eidolon hunts anymore, you just have to group up with some friends or random people. I group up with a lot of random people, they're pretty cool. Go kick some ass, buy Arcane Grace or Arcane Energize or something like that, because you totally can. And they upped the amount of credits that you get for ground missions and, actually all assaults. So it's not that difficult to max out your rank 5 Arcane Grace. There we go, that's my Warframe plug.
All right, now that you're done. So basically they ripped off Monster Hunter World and put it into Warframe.
How dare you?
Well, Niggle and Gobi are no longer friends. We'll see you next week on Dr. Niggle's podcast.
Fight me in real life.
I mean, isn't that exactly what they did though?
I don't know. I don't play Monster Hunter. It's for nerds.
One giant
not
with 4
quite
people
that.
trying to kill one giant beast for rewards.
Yeah, you don't play Monster Hunter. Instead, you're playing 2 D&D games a week now.
Yeah, no, that's much
Yep.
more satisfying.
Totally
And
not a
Warframe,
nerd.
And Warframe
Yep.
and Breakpoint and all the video editing that I've been doing is for games. My entire life right now is pretty much revolving around games.
Nerd.
You and like
don't
half
have
the
any
people in
liquor.
this country right now.
I need so much liquor. Please send Dr. Niggle your liquor if you're listening to this. My address can be found in the description of this YouTube video or podcast, whatever fuck thing we put this on now. Podbean, SoundCloud. I hope we're
Pornhub.
on SoundCloud. Pornhub. Yeah,
We're not on
posting my mailing
SoundCloud.
address on Pornhub. That's a
Spotify.
great idea.
You didn't think this all the way through, did you?
I don't think anything through ever.
We know.
That sounds about right.
That's why we love you. Heart emoji.
Okay. So on that completely gay balls note,
Peace out.
Spinus.
Spiders.